Liquid Lunch Live is brought to you by Panzoni Vodka.
Hey, welcome back. Just 15 before the top of the hour, 1 p.m. Eastern here in New York. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco, coming to you every day as we do Monday to Friday, 12 to 1 from the Question Tequila Studios. And I've not had a question today. We are going to have a question of the day a little later with Eliana Camacho. And Frankie, when John Burnett and Adam Baumel, these are two successful guys who have great pedigrees on the Republican and Democrat side. And when you bring them in and put a topic out there and they both kind of agree, that makes me happy because that's what we started doing this show for.
They both agreed that Joe Biden is not a good guy? Is that?
And they both agreed that Donald Trump, demonstrated some restraint and made the right choice for our country in calling off the attack.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone with a brain recognizes that it's an unwise move to attack a country like Iran that has 3 times the population of Iraq, because we saw how well Iraq worked out. So it's not surprising that we have people with a brain on this show and that they both agree on the Iran situation.
When you have a brain the size of mine, you need to bring at least 2 or 3 people on with more sizable brains to offset my lack thereof. And when you need a really big legal brain, you dig in and you find the guy who knows where the rubber meets the road, who knows where the bodies are buried, potentially, literally, and to talk about all of the news of the day, including the Roger Stone gag order. Famed criminal defense attorney returns to Liquid Lunch. Matthew, thank you so much for being with us again.
Great to be here, John. I'm glad that you don't have your shorts on today.
No, Matty, you're always decked out, beautiful brown suit, full Italian tailored with the brown tie. It's like a triple black caddy. It's like a classic right there. But Maddie, you're a famed criminal defense lawyer. You know the laws inside and out. It seems like Roger Stone is really skirting the line with this gag order. Frankie and I think it's ridiculous that there is a gag order. The government can say anything and he can't say anything. What say you from a legal standpoint?
That's the problem. Roger Stone is Roger Stone. And when you think about what his life has been. His life is being on television and radio and talking mostly about himself and mostly about the things that are surrounding his case. And I think that the judge never should have imposed a gag order, but if she did do it, she should have done it in a very limited way, a way whereby Roger would still be able to appear on television, radio, talk about the news of the day, generally talk about his case, but be banned from talking about specifics. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think that the prosecutor is just trying to squeeze Roger.
Well, and by the way, we're doing a big fundraiser for Roger tomorrow night here in New York City. Anyone who wants to go, just go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Morano
Check
fan.
it out, even if you can't go.
Yeah,
maybe
just share
make a donation.
Yeah.
This guy is fighting for his life. Roger Stone is out there. He's the only person left still under federal indictment who's facing trial basically for a crime that the Robert Mueller team says did not happen, but yet he's been stripped of his finances, his residence, and everything else. And anything you can do, we're asking you to help because he's one of the purple people.
And, Maddie, based on your understanding of this filing, what are they claiming actually violated the gag order? And in your view, if you were put on your judicial robes, would you say that this is a violation of the gag order?
I don't think that he's violated the gag order because they're just intent on putting tape on Roger Stone's mouth. And if you read the prosecutor's papers, it's just a general attempt to silence him. And it's kind of difficult because they're taking away the guy's bread and butter. What he does for a living is appear on television and radio. And if he can't do that, he's out of business and he's got legal expenses that will probably...
You've represented plenty of famous criminals or alleged criminals. How often have you seen the government do this? Use all their resources to suck
never have I seen a defendant be gagged. Maybe one time way back in 1990, the Tommy Karate case, and that's because my client had a habit of sending out messages to the press, and the judge just didn't want it. But this is very unusual, especially in a case like this that is of so much public interest.
So, Mehdi, some blockbuster legal news in the case of Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher yesterday. He's currently in the middle of a military tribunal in San Diego, California. And I know you probably know Tim Parlator, one of his attorneys. We certainly know Bernie Kerik, who's been part of his legal defense team. Can you explain to folks what exactly this Navy SEAL hero is charged with and what happened yesterday specifically?
Well, what happened yesterday is that the prosecutor got the surprise of his life.
We got a hard break here. Let's hold Maddie over one segment and come back, because this is important, this stuff, to our national security, our court system. We're going to come right back with Maddie Mary, and we're going to talk about this Navy SEAL case where it looks like the government might be getting it right. You're watching Liquid Lunch. Back right after this.